Welcome everybody, Josh here, back at it again today with a brand new YouTube video. Today we're going to be reviewing the Angel Jackets Han Solo, a Star Wars Story jacket. Now, I recently purchased this jacket from Angel Jackets. This jacket arrived within a week of me ordering it, so it arrived pretty quickly, all things considered, especially with the current events that we're kind of all going through. Now, you guys are probably wondering, why did you purchase this jacket if you're not really a fan of the sequel trilogy films that much? I kind of liked The Force Awakens, but I didn't really like some of the spin-off movies. Why did you buy this jacket, and what is your reason for purchasing this? Well, one of the reasons is I'm a huge Harrison Ford fan. I really like his character Han Solo. I really like the character that he plays in Indiana Jones movies with Indiana Jones, and I really wanted to get a jacket that kind of represented Han Solo as a character. Han Solo is one of those renegade characters, those outlaw characters that is pretty much an everyman in the Star Wars universe. He doesn't really have a Jedi Knight weapon. He doesn't really carry the lightsaber and stuff like that. He kind of goes through his own hero story within the course of the film. He kind of goes from that swashbuckling smuggler to being sort of the hero of the story as well. And that's one of the things that I can kind of personally relate to when, purchasing this jacket. That's one of the things that really made me want to buy this jacket, especially after being in the hospital. I kind of, thought, this is something that I've always wanted, especially as a Star Wars fan, so why not go and bite the bullet and actually purchase this? I was actually at the Star Wars Stories fan event a few months ago, back when that first premiered and stuff. One of the few people that was actually in that theater at the time, and that was one of the things that really caught my attention while watching that movie, was this jacket, was the jacket that Alden Ehrenreich wore in that movie. Now, I know that not everybody's a huge fan of Alden Ehrenreich. I actually think that he was actually pretty good in, Hail Caesar and whatever movie he was actually in sort of that role. He kind of played the cowboy and sort of the swashbuckler in that as well. So I think he did a relatively good job, given that, nobody's ever going to actually be able to kind of replace Harrison Ford. Nobody's going to be able to replace, Han Solo, the original from the original trilogy and whatnot. But, being that this is, one of my favorite movie characters, I had to go out and buy this jacket, especially from Solo, a Star Wars Story. And I don't really think that Ron Howard was to blame here. I think it was really Kathleen Kennedy, because she kind of fired Lord and Miller at the last second. He had to pretty much shoot the movie at the last second, at the final hour and stuff like that, and that's pretty much the movie that we got. So if it's not really up to snuff in terms of the Star Wars, franchise, then that's kind of why. I think if Kathleen Kennedy had hired Ron Howard to actually film the movie and shoot the movie and kind of plan the movie out beforehand, we probably would have gotten a better picture. And I think that's one of the reasons why Bryce Dallas Howard actually got the directing role for The Mandalorian, is because they kind of probably had that in the contract or whatever. But in any case, enough talking about the Star Wars movies and stuff like that. I've already done a review on my channel, so if you want to know my actual thoughts and opinions of Solo, a Star Wars Story, go check out that video as well. One of the things I really like about this jacket compared to my Poe Dameron jacket that I've worn in my Graphics at Sea video is the fact that this has a zipper. This is something I can zip up and down. This zipper is on the right, unlike the left side of my Indiana Jones jacket, which is kind of cool. This did ship from overseas, so it did take about a week for me to actually purchase this thing. But it arrived relatively quickly. Like I said before, earlier on in this video, this thing arrived overseas and it arrived quicker than I actually thought it was gonna, especially all things considered with everything that's going on in the world. I was actually pretty pleased with how fast this jacket came. And they actually have two different versions of this jacket. They actually have a lighter brown and they have a darker brown. I chose the lighter brown just because I live in Minnesota. I like to go out and wear this jacket around sometimes. So I figured I could wear this jacket to more places than I definitely have since purchasing this jacket online. I've worn it to the grocery store. I've worn it, pretty much to the gas station. I wear this a lot, and I wear this, more times than I probably would have if it was any other jacket, just because of the fact that I am a huge Star Wars fan. This is something that I even wore, playing Star Wars Squadron. It's super immersive when you're actually playing Star Wars Squadrons and you're wearing sort of a Star Wars jacket such as this. One of the things that you notice in the movie is they have this sort of patch right here. This is relatively reminiscent in the material that is used in the film jacket. This looks as close to the actual jacket used in the screen-used jacket for the film Solo, Star Wars Story. So this is pretty much as close as you're going to get to actually owning the jacket that was worn by Alden Ehrenreich. As you know, he plays Han Solo in that movie. He's playing a younger version of Han Solo, and I actually think he did a pretty good job, like I said before. But I think, Anthony Gruber would have been a better choice had they gone that route. But, I understand kind of the way that, Lucasfilm is kind of thinking right now, is that they want to hopefully do future movies in the future and, do some more stuff with the younger Han Solo. Now, whether or not that's going to happen due to the fact that, this movie wasn't basically faring too well in the box office, I don't know. But in any case, I really like this jacket. This is actual leather. This is not sort of a material that is going to easily break or wear down or wear down over time. I wouldn't recommend wearing this in either the snow or the rain just because of the fact that this will get ruined and damaged. I've already kind of worn it in the snow a little bit. You know, on my birthday, I kind of went out and it was actually snowing, go figure, because I was actually born during a major blizzard, especially on my birthday, which is kind of funny. You know, that sort of happened, and it did kind of leave a couple splotches here and there, but other than that, you know, it does kind of look relatively similar to the jacket that I kind of purchased like right away when I first got this jacket in the mail and stuff and unboxed it. You know, I'm not really doing an unboxing video just because I've already kind of worn this around, and I kind of wanted to break this in just to kind of show you guys what this jacket looks with all the creases and the crinkles and stuff like that, especially with the jacket. I'm not much of a fashion guy, but I do like to buy sort of movie props and especially stuff that's on a budget. And this didn't actually cost that much, especially on the Angel Jackets website, so I highly recommend for like a $100 jacket, you definitely checking this jacket out. This is definitely something that, you know, I didn't have any problems with, you know, purchasing, biting the bullet for it because I really am a fan of this jacket. So what are the different features of this jacket? Well, for starters, you get pockets on both the left as well as the right side of the jacket. So if you are wearing this jacket in the winter and you kind of want to put your hands inside the pockets to keep them warm, you can definitely do that. If you unzip this jacket, you get this nice lining material on the inside of the jacket. You get a pocket that's big enough for a cell phone or a wallet on the left side. You also get a pocket on the right side, which is different from my Indiana Jones jacket. You know, the material in this jacket is relatively nice, and it's definitely something that, you know, feels relatively good, especially when you're wearing it, especially outside in the winter and stuff like that. This is a lighter jacket. This is not a heavy jacket, so, you know, this is more or less for fall and spring weather, as well as, you know, maybe sometimes in the winter when it's not too cold. I do live in Minnesota, so that is one of the reasons why I picked this jacket up, because I figured, you know, I could wear this jacket around a couple times in the winter, especially when it's not snowing, and not damage the jacket. But I really do like sort of the black on brown sort of aesthetic that you've got. You've got it pretty much around the entirety of the jacket. If I kind of go around in circles here. Overall, this jacket represents pretty much the film jacket in a very, you know, authentic way. This is as close to accurate for the film jacket as humanly possible that Angel Jackets possibly could have done. This is a really nice real leather material. And if I do unzip this jacket, I can show you there's actually a real leather logo on the inside of the jacket as well. So if you look here, you got the real leather. I don't know if you can see it that well. You also got sort of a place to hook the jacket on sort of hook and stuff like that. If you're looking at purchasing this jacket for, you know, either a fan film, or if you have a background and you want this on a mannequin for the background of your videos, or if you just want to wear this as sort of a casual wear jacket, you know, I could totally see people doing that, especially in sort of the fall and spring times when they can wear this jacket around a little bit more. I highly recommend it as sort of a Star Wars fan, especially someone that's a fan of Han Solo. It definitely looks good in videos, especially if you're reviewing stuff like lightsabers and stuff like that, and Star Wars products, if you're actually wearing sort of the gear and the getup and stuff like that from the films. But overall, for a high quality sort of Star Wars jacket from Angel Jackets, I really do enjoy my purchase with Angel Jackets. I think they did a really bang-up job on this. So if I were to review this and give this a grade, I would probably give this an A just because of the fact that they did a really nice job with this jacket. You know, it looks similar to that of a bomber jacket or whatever, but I still like this jacket either way. I think this really represents, you know, the hero's journey of Joseph Campbell in the Star Wars universe really well. It's one of those things that really does inspire me as a filmmaker, as a screenwriter, as someone that is interested in the Star Wars universe. When I actually get these products and, you know, wearing them and can kind of, you know, become that character from the films, it's awesome, especially since I'm interested in cosplaying and actually doing cosplaying, you know, either at conventions such as, you know, GalaxyCon here in Minnesota. Conversions is something that we also have here in Minnesota. You know, even in California, I have some family members that live out in San Diego, and I can obviously go to San Diego Comic-Con. Eventually, I kind of want to go to New York Comic-Con or even sort of the Star Wars Celebration, so I could kind of wear these there. There's just an overall, a lot of use for this jacket, and I think that anybody that's thinking about purchasing this should definitely not have any qualms about purchasing this, especially if you are a solo Star Wars story fan or just a fan of Han Solo in general. So that is my opinions over the Angel Jackets Han Solo Star Wars story jacket. Hopefully you guys like this review. Hopefully you guys like this sort of jacket review. If you guys like this review and learn a thing or two about the movie industry, please rate, comment, subscribe for my future videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.